Hey, it's JANG here with a LEGO City set called the Grand Prix Truck. This is released in 2013. It's part of the second wave of 2013 city sets. Set number 60025. It has 315 pieces officially. Now, would you like to see me do a speed build on this set? Well, if your answer is yes, you're in luck. If your answer is no, well, too bad, because here I go anyway. Alright, here we go. The Octan Racing team is back in action. For minifigures, all of them have the same torso, all of them have the same leg pieces, and then they just have different head pieces and different accessories. Your driver figure, this is your driver figure. Here you can see what the common elements are, top and bottom. Got the print on the back, and this guy just has a pretty straightforward face on him, pretty straightforward head. And then you've got two pit crew members. Here's your first one, and here's your second one. So again, like I said, exact same thing going on for the torsos and the leg pieces, just different heads, different faces. Here, both of these guys have the new style, the new 2013 release of caps with the small mini-size peg in the top that allows you to optionally fit on one of these headgear pieces. It's or ear protection pieces, so that's what you get there. This guy here, he's got this bar, which looks a little bit odd if you don't follow racing. You won't understand what's going on here, but this is going to actually get held this way, out sideways. He's actually going to go out in front of the car. The car is going to come into a pit like this, and he'll say, brake on, and then when it's time, when all the service is done with the car, he'll actually turn this so that it no longer says brake on, and then he'll move it up and the car will drive off. So he's kind of he's the signaler to indicate to the driver of the car when to stop and when to go, because the driver can't always see what all is going on with those team members in the pit. Now they do have there's a radio here, walkie-talkie, and then you get a whole bunch of tools too that come with this one. So some of the tools are shown here, and some of these are new parts. Actually, all of these are new parts for 2013. You will find these in, as of the time of this video, you will find these in only 2 sets that are on the market at all. This set and then the Monster Truck Transporter. So these are all new tools here, and they came like this. They didn't come on a sprue where you have to pick them off. They're the harder plastic compound, and they're actually, I believe, individually molded. And then you also have the old design of tools here. There's a box wrench. Ooh, come on. And you've got an open wrench there. You got a hammer, and then a screwdriver, flathead screwdriver over here. So those are just included in this chest, and then this here is also a new piece, I believe a new, slightly new design of oil can. I think that's new. I might be mistaken on that one. That may be one of the older ones, but these here are definitely new, and those are just some tools that you can use for playing around with working on the car. They also include 1 spare wheel and tire for the car. Only 1. So when you bring your car in, if you want to do a 4-tire change, folks who are real racing enthusiasts will know that you always do either a 2-tire change or a 4-tire change. And if you want to do a 4-tire change, you're going to have to take off 1 tire, put on your new one, and then pretend that this is a different tire, not a used tire, and you just kind of end up cycling them around. They are the same front and rear, so you can cycle them all the way around, but you kind of have to use your imagination there. Now, since I'm looking at the car, let's go ahead and look at the car. This is a Grand Prix Truck set, they call it, but I think that this is a pretty important, pretty major part of the set, even though it's fairly small. I think this is a new build. I don't recognize this build for an open wheel race car. It's good. It's a very nice nice design. It captures the overall look and feel of a Formula One car. Not necessarily the most modern of designs, but it's more than good enough. It gets the point across. And what I really like, the fact that it is small. You see, it's a small build, but not tiny. They've done open wheel race cars in the past, a long time ago, that were really tiny. That almost look like go-karts. And then more recently, they've done some other ones, you know, for city or system that have been larger, like the Ferrari Formula One cars. Those were much larger than this. I think this is a great size. I think it's an ideal size for minifigure scale stuff, and it gets a lot of good detail in there. And yeah, I think it's just a good compromise. It would have been nice if we could have gotten slick tires for these, but you just have to assume that these are rain tires, you know, all-terrain, not all-terrain, all-weather tires or poor weather tires. But that's not that big of a deal. It doesn't have a lot of tread on it, so it still looks good. I think it's just a good looking open wheel race car. You could call this a Formula One car. You could even call it an Indy car, as long as you're not being too picky about it. So I think this worked out really well, and I do like the scale and proportions of it, and the color scheme. I think they pulled off the Octan color scheme really nicely on this one. So with that said, let's move on to the truck, and this is really what the set is supposed to be about. And of course it's two parts. You've got a trailer here, and you've got the tractor section. Notice there's nothing that's going to hold this trailer section up, so if you disconnect the two, it's just going to lean like that, but it's probably not going to disconnect it all that much. I just want to focus first on this tractor section here, the main truck cab part. I really like this. I would have to really dig deep to figure out something bad to say about this. I think that this is really well done. It's very sporty. It's got, they did a very nice job. You've got a sticker here, but then these are tile pieces, and these are your little two-thirds high slope pieces. Kind of made a spoiler down here, and you've got a spoiler up here. So some nice aerodynamic devices that make this look, even the use of the partial curve piece here makes it look like it's almost got ground effects on the side even. It's a very sporty looking truck, yet it is very clearly a full-sized commercial tractor cab unit, and it's small. They managed to pull all that off in a small size. So again, a very efficient use of parts here that gets you everything that you really need to pull the trailer. So I'll put the trailer back on, and it should go right there. The trailer is built on a train car base, a short, full-sized train car base, and they built on top of it, and they built below it just a little bit. They got the height of it, I think, very good, and you can just, again, see how the color scheme just goes through it. This is all plate built right here. It actually extends off from the side, and then you've just got some stickers here on either side that are doing the same thing. And then you've got some panel pieces to make up a lot of space, some brick build, some plate build up here. A nice build. I like the build of the whole thing. I think everything is put together with techniques that are not cheap and cheesy. I think it's pretty well done. I'm happy with that. I like the look. You can see that they went a little extra thick down here, down most of the length of it, and then looking at the back of it, this is not the greatest. I think it would have been nice if these could have been covered with tiles instead of just these 2x8 plates here. I think tiles would have looked much better there, but they probably would have had to use 2x4 tiles. Just kind of would have flowed better, the look of it along the side. But then there's a major feature here where you can actually open up the entire side of this. The whole thing is hinged, and of course this part in the back opens up also, and it gives you a little bit of a ramp. So this is a car carrier, you know, and in addition to having room for the car, for the Formula One car itself, I'm going to see if this will actually fit. Yeah, it will fit with the driver. I'll go ahead and put him in. I'm not so happy about this ramp here. You have to make that ramp go down. Look at that angle on that ramp. How are you supposed to drive this into there? Would have been nice if it had an actual lift gate on the back or something that could just slide out and make it a much more gentle grade for this thing to drive up, because you really have to pick it up and you have to push it all the way here, holding it up before it can start to roll, and then it doesn't really go up there. So that was not done so well. And oops, with him in there, you can't put him in there. I think he will sit once it goes in, but you can't just drive the guy up there. So this has to be driven in by itself, and then it fits in very nicely. Once it's in there, it's all good. It's nice, snug, secure, works very well. Fits in there. You wouldn't even know that it's there. So that works out okay. Then you've got another compartment here, 2 doors, large compartment, both sides, opens up all the way, and that's where you can store your tools. So you've got this whole tool chest. You can put that in there. The new tools do not fit in the tool chest with these with the smaller old drawers like this. You kind of have to find a spot, because that one half pin, half axle piece that's in tan right there kind of floats around and needs to come up a little bit if you want to have this thing at the right angle. But if you turn this around, you can actually set it down and make it stay in place. So that's not going anywhere now. And then finally, you can move all of your extra tools that don't fit in the drawers. You can just kind of toss them in there, just lightly, gently, just drop them in place. You can even put in this thing, the bar with the sign on it, kind of sideways like that. It will stay once you close it up. You can put the radio set in there, and you can also put the one spare tire. All that stuff will fit in there. You kind of have to just place it there and then just close the doors. But you know, for storage, it works really well, and that's not coming out. These doors stay closed on their own. They don't fall open, so stuff might get tossed around in there, but for the sake of storage, this works out really well. And you can put one of your crew members in the driver's seat of the truck cab here. Just open that up, place them in there. Can't fit 2 in there, but your other guys, you can I'm just thinking about storage here, you know, for just when you want to put this away. A lot of kids don't have a lot of space, but you can just put that guy in. Looks like sideways will even work, and then your last pit crew figure you can just put in there. It will hold everything that's included there. It looks like I just need to move him to the side a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that works out. And this guy would be in the driver's compartment. So that works out okay. So that covers everything that you get with this set and all of its features. Things that I don't appreciate about this set, there are actually a number of them. One I already mentioned with the gate at the back of this. I really wish that they had gone with something that slides out to give you a nice long ramp to drive this down. Either that or something that slides out, and then you can have kind of a hydraulic jack that you could go up and down. That might have been a little bit too complex, but that's just kind of silly right there. Another thing is something I also mentioned before, the inclusion of only one spare tire here really would have been nice for actual race fans, kids who really follow races, to have at least 2 spare tires so you could do a proper tire change when you come in for a pit stop. And then the last thing is that I wish they had included some form of car jack, something that you could put under there, lift either end of the car, even something really simple, just with an angle to just lift the end of the car to help with changing out the tire. That would have made it a lot more fun for actually playing with the idea of a simulated pit stop. Lego, in their official description of this set, does really play up the idea of coming in for a pit stop and getting maintenance done on the vehicle and getting back out on the race course and then winning. But they don't really give you enough here for a proper on-track pit stop. Also, the characters probably should have had helmets available for them. You never have folks actually working on a race car down in the pit on the racetrack just wearing caps. They would have to have fire suits, which is fine. I think their suits are fine, but they should have been given some helmets also, maybe some white helmets to distinguish them from the driver. That would have been good. So a lot of realism is missing in the playability here for real race fans. But other than that, I do very much appreciate the design, size, and proportions of the car. The tractor section and the trailer works out too. So there are things that I wish that this had, but for the things that are here, I think they are done well, and the price is right. Whether you look at it from a price per part perspective or price per what you get on the whole, I think that works out. So I personally am a race fan, and I personally am a fan of this set. That's all that I have to say about this set. Once again, set number 60025, the Grand Prix Truck from Lego City 2013. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to share your opinions about this set and let me know if you agree with any of my complaints about it, or if you disagree. That's all good. I appreciate everybody's opinions, and I respect people's opinions as long as they are respectful opinions and not destructive. So again, feel free to share those and spread the word on the review videos that I do if you like them, and stick around for more to come. Bye for now.